Oh my goodness, hi. No, it's fine. You've come to my dorm enough. I think it was finally time for me to come to yours. Also, it's a Slytherin versus Gryffindor night, and you've been there. The professors say that there is a soundproofing spell on each of the dormitories, so nobody can listen in on them, but somehow I kind of struggle to believe that whenever I can hear across the hall, we're gonna break their skulls in and we're going to eat their lungs. And then I hear cheering afterwards, like, what the fuck? You know, I normally do not believe in the idea that Slytherins are the evil team, or the evil house, but whenever there's cheering after somebody says we're going to eat their fucking lungs, I sometimes think that maybe I'm the antagonist of the story. Maybe I'm not the protagonist. Maybe I'm the antagonist. I digress. But I have heard that it is quite similar in Gryffindor dorms, but all the dorms get rather hyped. But on Slytherin and Gryffindor nights, oh god, it's hell. Luckily, I've put a little spell on your dorm so we can have a nice relaxing night. Nice relaxing about 10 minutes before we go out into the hellhole that is the Quidditch. Is the Quidditch field. Are you playing this time? No. I was gonna play this match, but I got hurt last time, and so the coach told me to sit out because I still have like a bit of a limp whenever I walk. So, you know, just getting hurt, just falling off your broom from about a kilometer up. It's not that far up, but it's quite high. So assuming you came to me, a Slytherin, I assume that you're in support of Slytherin. Imagine if you just came here and you were like, yeah, I want you to do my makeup, but I want you to do it for Gryffindor. Honestly, love, if you had said any other team other than Slytherin, you could have said Hufflepuff, and it would go one ear and out the other, you know? Speaking of Hufflepuff, where the fuck are Hufflepuff dormitories? I've seen Hufflepuffs, but I've never seen them go to a dorm. They just disappear right at 11. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Anyway, let's start with some concealer. This may look maybe not like your skin tone, but it changes. This was the only shade they had at the magic shop, and I was very confused, and I knew damn well that I did not have time to go back down to London, you know, where muggles are, to get actual concealer. So, but I got it, and it changes to my exact skin color, and it's amazing. So it should change to your skin color. Yeah, you got it too. Yeah. My only complaint, it runs out so fast. Yeah, yours is empty. Yeah, we're gonna have to go down and get some time. Also gonna do a little bit on your forehead because that's normally where some dark spots are. One of these days I'm just gonna have to pamper you, darling. You're getting so stressed. I can tell. I can see the tension in between your eyebrows. Hogwarts is quite a stressful place, but it's much better than going to Muggle school. My parents would threaten me to throw me in Muggle school all my childhood, and I saw videos in Muggle school, and by God, it is so boring. They don't even have wands. They have this thing called PE, and they run. Are you serious? The most physical activity I get is going on my broom. But I suppose Hogwarts doesn't really need a PE. because, you know, it's so fucking big. We're gonna be walking a kilometer to get to our next class. So, you know, okay. I think I'm done blending. Sorry I had to blend it with my fingers. My familiar, like, chewed the fuck out of my beauty blender. It was quite sad. You've decorated very nicely in here, I must say. You must be a single child or something. Your parents must love you very much. I have one other sibling. I have one older sibling in Hogwarts, and my parents haven't even sent over half of my furniture, and apparently he hasn't gotten his either. So I have 2 greens in this palette. Sorry for the mess. This palette's very messy. I have 2 greens. Yeah, 2 greens. And I have many greens in here, actually. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have a lot of greens. I probably didn't even count them all. I think I'm going to use this palette because it's much brighter. I think I'm going to do like a bit like a half face, like a half, and it'll go down. So I'm going to start with this green. I'm just going to do this. So, have you ever considered trying out for Quidditch? It's quite fun, you know? Yeah. Also, supposedly next year they're gonna let 4th years, I'm going to be in 4th year next year. I don't know about you. Going to be in 4th year next year. They're gonna let 4th years have their own dorms instead of just 6 years and up. I don't know how many years there are in Hogwarts, but I hope I stay here for the rest of my life. It's very fun. Going to move on to this glittery one right here. I really hope that they let me play next time. I wanted to play this time, but I still have a limp. You know? Amongst the shouting, I heard one Beatrix Bumblebottom say about how she is going to beat the ever-living shit out of her ex-Gryffindor boyfriend. Can move on to that one, love. And honestly, that's kind of scary. And if she wins, that's like an omen, a goddamn omen, to say that Slytherins will win the entire season. I don't understand why Gryffindors and Slytherins have such a competitiveness towards each other. They're at each other's throats 24/7. I can't even hang out with my Gryffindor friends without people looking at me odd. People even said that I betrayed my house. I would never betray my house. In fact, Slytherin is the only identity I am comfortable with. But I think it has something to do with the class of 97 or 98. I don't know which one. Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy, the entire shit that started. I'm going to do this one. Entire bullshit that started. Did you know Draco Malfoy is 40 years old? That's terrifying. Heard he works at the Ministry of Magic. I want to work at the Ministry of Magic. It seems a very fun place. I want to become a famous Quidditch player, obviously. Don't want to be stuck doing, paperwork all day. It would be boring, and I would hate it. I would hate myself. I would hate any person that I married. I would hate my children. I don't even want children, but if you work at the Ministry of Magic, chances are you're going to have children, because you're going to think, oh hey, I'm going to have some happiness in my life if I get pregnant or get somebody else pregnant and then I have kids. But no, they're just a burden that costs money. I'd rather invest that money in Quidditch gear. Remember in first year whenever you were extremely scared of heights? Look at you now. You always sit at the very top part of the, what are they? Stands. The very top part of the stands in Quidditch. My first Quidditch match, you came and you couldn't even go up. You had to stay on the ground and watch from there. I bet that must be the equivalent of the nosebleeds, you know. Well, I believe that's all with the makeup. Yep. Huh. You ready? Oh my goodness, you look so lovely, darling. We're gonna have to hang out more often. I'm sorry. You've been just in here all the time studying. I'm gonna come over tomorrow and we're gonna study together. Alright, darling? Let's go.